another episode of Cooking with Alethea. Today I'm going to be making Panera Bread's version of the cheddar broccoli soup. Now, that was my original intentions on making Panera's Bread version of broccoli cheddar soup. But the broccoli is just about gone. So I am going to be ad-libbing with some other vegetables, and it's still going to be in the same concept of the Panera Bread's version, but I'm just adding some more vegetables to it. And it's going to be creamy and delicious. Trust me. So I wanted to go ahead and get started on this while we're here. I want to show you the ingredients that I have for this here recipe, which is, now Panera's bread version is you add 1 chopped onion, which I have. You add some chopped carrots. I think it's like a cup of chopped carrots, which I have. Now I'm putting in the next ingredients myself, ad-libbing to it. Some mushrooms. Okay, I got a handful of mushrooms cut up, and I'm going to be adding some chopped collard greens in here. Trust me, it's going to be good. It's good for you too. Also, to this recipe, I'm going to be adding some potatoes, roasted potatoes. Now, what I did, I went ahead and I roasted these. I seasoned these in some canola oil and my seasonings, and I baked them in the oven. So these are roasted potatoes. Now, these aren't your regular size potatoes. These are like the baby potatoes, and I cut these in half. Roasted them in the oven. So we're going to add this almost towards the ending of our cooking. So I'm going to go ahead and put the vegetables that I just told you in a pot. Get a nice big size pot. If you have a cast iron pot, go for it. They make the best dishes. They help you make the best dishes. Now I'm going to put 4 tablespoons of butter in here, unsalted butter, which I have already in here that you hear popping. I'm going to go ahead and add these vegetables in here. Also, I forgot to tell you that I added some, I think it was like 2 tablespoons of crushed garlic. That's in here too. So I'm going to put all this in here. It looks like a lot, but like I said, as your greens cook down, then it just blends in the rest of the vegetables, and you'll have a nice size looking portion here for your soup. Now, this soup is good any time of year, but especially during this time of year when it's fall and, the temperatures are beginning to drop a little. So a lot of good comfort foods come out of fall, and this is one of them. And this is very good, especially, it could be good on any day really, but especially on the weekend when you don't feel like making a lot of, hearty, full meals. You can just make this, and this is a comfort dish in itself. So we will be having this this weekend, if it'll make it through. Don't know. Usually when I make my soups, they don't make it through the night. So, all right, so we're going to let this go ahead and simmer and do its due. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how we're going to, finish the cooking of this, or the making of this special soup. So stay tuned. I wanted to come back and show you guys, excuse me, for this recipe, it does require, fresh broccoli. But I found some broccoli in my freezer. This is broccoli and cauliflower. I'm not going to add the whole thing to it because we have a lot of vegetables in here that I want to show you guys. It's still simmering and doing its due. But I wanted to show you guys real quick how it's looking. See, it's cooking down there, simmering down. That's hot. It's good to handle hot pots with a towel or pot holder, okay? Don't be like me. So I'm going to add some of this frozen broccoli and cauliflower to it. Not all of it, just a few pieces, just to show that it is broccoli in here. Not all broccoli. We add some more in here. And then I'm going to show you the seasonings too also that I'm putting in here. So I think that's about enough. I used a half a bag of the broccoli. I'm going to go ahead and mix this together with the other vegetables. Okay. And I'm going to show you my seasonings that I'm going to use. This recipe calls for 2 cups. We probably want to use more because we have a lot of vegetables in here. 2 cups of vegetable broth. We might use this whole thing. And I'm putting in some extra onion powder. You can never have enough of these seasonings that I'm adding in here. Garlic powder, because remember, the more seasonings that you put in here, don't overdo it, but you know, when you put in different seasons, that's going to boost up your taste of your dish here. I'm adding adobo. I like cooking with adobo in my dishes. You can add Celtic salt, you can add sea salt or regular salt to this, but I'm adding adobo in here. Some black pepper, some parsley, and now that's the ingredients. I'm going to put in here also some about 2 shakes of Italian seasoning in here. Now the recipe calls for 1 block of shredded, no, not 1 block, 1 block, 8-ounce block of the shredded cheddar cheese. So I shredded that up. It also calls for 16 ounces of half and half. All right. And what I did with the half and half, I poured it into my cup, my 16-ounce cup here. And the recipe also calls for 4 tablespoons of flour. So I put this in here and mixed this all together. It also called for 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Okay, so I put that in here. And what else did I put in here? I think that was it. So I wanted to, you know, mix this all together. Now once this here cooks down some more, just a little bit more, I'm going to put all my seasonings in here. You know what? Let's do that now. Let's put the seasonings in here now. All right, it's the onion powder. Now remember, don't be afraid to use your seasonings, because that gives it a robust taste. All right, I learned that from my mom. Adobo. And for your salt or adobo, you know, or Celtic salt or sea salt, you know, just to your taste. You don't have to overdo it. You can do it to your taste. You can don't even have to have it in there. This is black pepper I'm putting in here. All right, and we're adding some parsley. Now, parsley, you have to give it a little, I have to take the lid off because, so it can come out more. Parsley, and I'm going to go ahead and mix this all together as it's simmering down. Now, this is doing really good. So what I'm going to do is, this is just how I want it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add in the liquid ingredients that I was telling you about, the 16 ounce of half and half, and the flour, 4 tablespoons of flour, and 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg in here. Okay. And then once you add this in here, you go ahead and we're going to go ahead and mix this together. And we're going to add in our vegetable broth. Now, you don't have to just use vegetable broth. You can use vegetable broth or you can use chicken broth. All right, so we're going to mix that all around. Okay. And I'm going to use a towel this time because it's really, the pot is hot. All right, that's how it's looking. All right, now we're going to add in our vegetable broth. And like I said, you might have to use the whole container. So as this is cooking down, If it looks extremely too thick, then go ahead and add some more vegetable broth or chicken broth in it, you know, until you get it to the way you want it. This is a creamy, remember, this is a creamy soup. All right, so it's looking good. Let me show you. Alrighty. It's looking good. I don't know if you guys can see that in there. I don't want to lift it up too much. It's all going to spill out onto the stove. So this is looking good. Let me bring you guys over here so you can see more better. See, that's how it's looking. Now I'm going to add in the cheese. But before we add the cheese in, I'm going to add in my roasted potatoes. Now this is just like a little handful of potatoes that I use. I think it was about maybe six or seven little potatoes that I cut in half and roasted them with seasoning on it and a little oil. Okay, we're going to put that in there. Now we're going to add in our cheese, the 8-ounce block of cheddar cheese that you shred. Put all that in there. Mix this all up. And now here's the fun part. That's it. You're just going to turn this fire down from medium to low, and you're going to let this cook for about an hour. But you know, you want to check on it in between the hour. You want to, during the hour, you want to come and check on it and see if it's too thick. Then, like I said, add some more of your broth. And I will be back. That was quick. I will be back with the final presentation of this, and I'm going to show you guys before I plate it up how it looks in the pot. And we're back with our final presentation of our soup. It's finally done. Yay! So it took almost an hour for it to cook. I wanted to show you guys before I plate it up in the bowl here how it looks in the pot. It's very good. It's very creamy. It's loaded with your vegetables and your treat with the cheese, the cream and all. So that's how it looks. It looks very good. And we're back with our final presentation of everything. I'm going to show you guys up here how it's looking. Doesn't that look good? Yum, yum. We have our soup here, our broccoli cheddar vegetable soup. Very good, creamy, rich and creamy. And we have our chicken salad on a croissant with lettuce and crab meat in it. It's very good. So this is a hearty meal for you guys to enjoy during the weekend or any weeknight, but especially the weekend because it's something quick and easy to make. And I just want to say, I would just like to encourage you guys, you know, to go ahead and try making your own soups. There's nothing wrong with the store-bought soups in the can, but a lot of them is loaded with a lot of sodium and a lot of good things that we shouldn't have in our bodies. It takes no time to make homemade soup, and I encourage you guys just to go ahead and try. You know, just whatever you have in your fridge, try making it into a soup. You know, you'll be surprised what you can create and make for you and your family. So, you know, once again, I would like to say, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the like button, and also leave me a comment or two. I always like to read them and see who's watching my channel here. And like I always say, this is a yummy, 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 yummy dish. You guys will really enjoy this. It's a comfort fall soup. So I encourage you guys to try this dish. I will see you next time on Cooking with Alethea. I don't know what I'm going to make, but stay tuned, and we're going to have some fun in the kitchen. So have a blessed and safe week or weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Have a good day.